Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on a journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney
and Kelly. Hey, Sydney.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Doing well. Yeah, there was a beautiful breeze out today.
Oh, yeah. Did you go walking? Or?
No. A friend of mine, we were sitting outside talking,
outside.
And it was just absolutely fantastic for this time of year in this area.
Yeah. That's true.
So that was just beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was wondering, because when I walk, or even when I'm driving, we have a lot of walkers on our main street here, right? And there's some that just wave all the time. And I'm like, I'm walking and my mind's in a different place. Am I obligated to wave and interrupt my thoughts of this and waving? And when I was in Colorado and was walking, a lot of people didn't wave. Only one couple did.
Yeah.
And so it was like,
you were a little shocked.
I was shocked. I was like, well, what's wrong with you? And then I thought, oh, that's how I am. But, I'm just used to everybody waving. So are you a waver?
No. You know that about me. We'd go on walks and you'd be waving.
I want that on the record. You're not a waver.
No, and you would wave and I'd make fun of you.
I know.
I am not a waver. If I am out there doing my thing, do not bother me.
Right. Well, see, that's the way I feel. But then suddenly I've become a waver at times. And sometimes I think people in cars just kind of raise their hand to let them know they see you.
Oh,
because that one can be kind of curvy. But I don't know. Yeah. I thought that was real. Yeah. I thought, is it an age thing? Am I turning into a waver?
Could be an age thing. I don't see many young people waving on their walks. It's all the older group.
So maybe it's you millennials.
And it's an area thing too. Yeah,
it is.
Depending on where you are in the country. Oklahoma is similar. Oklahoma was everybody waves.
And we're a small town feel.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's a small.
smaller.
That was a small town feel. So could be. I always felt like a snob, and people told me I was rude.
No.
For not waving, but it's like my mind. When I'm walking, I'm in my own world.
Here's my big thing. Mm-hmm. If you're all the way on the other side of the road, no. If you're in a car, no. Now, if I'm passing you and somebody's getting their mail and they're like right there, like then proximity for me is what determines if I wave or not.
Okay, that's
proximity.
Good. That's good.
If you're close, if we're passing right by, I'll do, unless I see them just looking down, then I'll take their cue.
Okay.
Some people, they give you the cue and you're like, you don't want to wave to me. Right. That's fine. But generally for me,
I try to give that.
I do. I very much try to. But generally it is proximity for me that determines my wave.
Well, that's a good, I'll keep that in mind. So I don't need to shout at the person across. Good morning.
God, no. People do that. I'm like, God, it's too far.
I think I'll just do that to embarrass you now.
Shoot. Gave you some more ammo.
More ammo, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay.
All right. Maybe it goes back to my roots.
Oh.
That was bad. Okay. So we're continuing with our roots idea. Quit laughing. Yes.
So, and this is kind of our more practical episode about it.
Right.
So my first, I think, kind of question is why care about this? Why be connected to the roots?
To our roots. Why not? Yeah.
Why do we not? And say your little definition of roots.
Roots it's our source of being, our ground, our source of, and our basis of things. Okay. It's what we go to. It's the core, the heart.
Yeah.
And when we think of roots, there's this trunk, or if we think of trees and roots, there's a trunk, but the roots go in all different directions. So we don't just have one root.
Right.
We have many that keep us and that we go back to.
Yes. But convince
the importance of, I think the importance of knowing those is, when things are going well, they're just going well, and we probably don't think about it. Oh, yeah, I got together with my family. It was just fantastic. Oh, I did this. Oh, that was a great time at church or whatever small group I may be a part of, or what, things that I enjoy. But when things suddenly turn and a crisis comes or a trauma comes along, and suddenly we get together with those people, that family, that group of friends, oh, I needed that.
Yeah.
So it's going back to what will keep us from flying off.
Yeah. Yeah.
To ground us, to come back to, oh, there's my grace, there's my hope, there's my,
yes,
there's something greater than me.
Yeah. So.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. So growing down. So this is now an okay time to kind of to talk about the different types of growth.
Yeah.
Because whenever we were first talking about rootedness, you mentioned a tree. And it was your spiritual director who said, well, trees don't just grow out, like they grow down.
Yeah.
And that was revelation for you. But for me, that's the only way I tend to think about tree growth is I just think about the roots. I don't really think about the other.
Way, do you? Isn't that funny? Because I just thought, because I think of groundedness. So I'm just like the tree steady. But what keeps it steady is those long roots that grow deep.
And so it's like
and that also intertwine with others.
Grow up and out.
Yes.
They grow down.
And I think there's for personal growth, there's this inward growth. And the hope is that the inward leads to outward.
Yeah.
But there are times, I was thinking about it, that the outward growth leads to inward growth. We experience something. Again, we're so close to the flood, and that still is a relief that's happening. Yeah. So maybe somebody just goes down there to help because they just feel this need. Well, that may lead to an inner reflection later, or a sense of community that they felt. Yeah. They go, oh.
That is so...
So it really goes both.
And you think about a tree. Well, you have to have the roots to get those certain types of chemicals and nutrients from the ground. But if they don't have the outward, they don't get the sun that they need to do photosynthesis. And the photosynthesis is what creates the energy for them to grow in all the different ways. Right. So it has to have both ways.
It needs both.
Growing.
If I sit, and this is the thing with contemplatives, is if I sit and I'm just growing my inward, and doing my thing, let me learn more about me, let me learn God and spiritual, somehow that has to go out.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, then I've got roots and a trunk and nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
So it's a both and. They're both necessary. Yes. And there are times when we do think of winter and the bareness of the trees, of some trees, not around here. But what's happening is there's growth that we can't see.
They're growing inward to be ready.
For the out. And so there are times when I know I've sat going, I am so lazy. I feel like I'm not doing anything. And then when I talk to my spiritual director or somebody else and I'll tell them what's going on within me, they're like, oh my God, you're really processing, And it's like, oh, okay, I'm waiting. And there will be a time when suddenly I need to get out. Yeah. And I'll know that. And then you do it.
Yeah.
And there are times when we're busy doing outward and we think, God, I just need to,
Yeah.
That old saying, my body needs to catch up, or my soul needs to catch up with my body. So it's both.
So we need to grow both ways. How do we know which one to focus on at different times?
I think it's listening deeply. Again, we have to come back because, I know, I'm sorry.
So hard.
It is. But, sometimes, and I'll go back to my improv, and it was like I needed something.
Yeah.
That was just reaching out.
Yeah.
What's happened is they've established some roots down the road, not right away.
Yeah.
But there were some new roots that I established.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like listening. And sometimes if you get that feeling where you're just drained, all I've been doing is going and going. And I haven't had time to sit. And I mean that physically as well as or inward. So, that's a sign. Maybe I need to cut back a little bit and spend some time. Sometimes I'll pick up a book. Like I picked up this book, and it's called Radical Acceptance. I'll put it on the thing by Tara Brock. And I picked it up and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to just read some. Because I don't always. You know, I think, okay, you can read till you're blue in the face, but you have a lot of knowledge within you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Why don't you sit and cultivate what you already have?
Yes, because sometimes, you turn to that as like a way. It's almost like a comfort.
Yes. I'm reading. I'm doing that. Yes.
Instead of taking the leap out. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's just kind of listening and going, wow. And not getting too frustrated with the times that seem kind of latent or just, hibernating.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just not conscious of it. I just don't know ways in which I've like grown out like that,
Okay. I don't mean to. When you were in Edmond.
Yeah.
You started a community orchestra.
Yeah.
You did all the detail work. But do you see you were doing it for you out of a need and a love and a passion?
Yeah.
And then the people that
came,
the lives that were touched, the friendships that you've made and some have remained.
Yeah.
That was outward.
I guess that's true.
Even the thought of that exhausts me to think of doing that. But, it's those things. Okay. And the other way you grow outward is you reach out to people.
Yeah. Yeah, I do pretty regularly. Yeah.
You know what you need inward and you reach outward.
Yeah.
You doing Pilates. I'm sorry, but that is an outward
thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's not huge.
I think I just don't know how to classify.
Yeah, it's not huge. It doesn't have to be major. But it's small things that we do that's beyond ourselves.
It's the beyond ourselves growth versus.
Yeah. And sometimes it is for us.
Yeah.
I went to improv for me.
Yes, that's true.
Strictly.
Yeah. Yeah.
My need. Well, there's some other things that develop through that.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Okay.
So it's a both and.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. So how should we practice rootedness? And then I want to get into feeling uprooted, but let's stick with rooted for now.
So there are so many different personality types.
Yes.
So for some of us, routine.
Yes. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be strict. I had a friend that said, first thing in the morning before she looks at the paper, does anything outward, she either says a little prayer inward before she gets out of bed, just, okay, I recognize this day is not just mine. That's all it takes. Or maybe there's an inspirational reading that you enjoy.
Yeah.
That you start. It's a routine. Maybe you're not the morning person, and at lunchtime you can have a thought.
Yeah, put something.
It doesn't have to be huge.
Yeah.
But there's something that says, I'm in the world. I'm a part of something else. I'm connected with people. It's that type of thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's the little thing. My dad texts me every morning.
He does.
That I know he's alive. He's 91.
It's
just nice because so he hadn't fallen. He's up. He's sitting in his chair. He's had his coffee, so he's okay. So he texts me, and that is, believe it or not, that's a little bit of a root.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's touching base. It's maybe being grateful for something. Maybe you have a time every day that at the end of the day, I know some people who go, okay, what good has happened today?
Yes.
What can I be thankful
gratefulness.
for?
Yeah.
Routine. Small things. And I remember, I practiced meditation and other things for prayer and for a long time. And I thought, well, I hope it comes in handy. I mean, my life's pretty easy.
Right.
And then it did because things imploded. People got sick. Things happened. And it was like, whoa. I'm still here and I still feel rooted.
And I think...
because I had these friends that I could call on.
Yeah. I have we call it book club.
Yeah.
But we meet...
For lack of a better term.
We read books. We talk about it, but we also talk about other stuff. But it's, with two of my best friends, and we do it every other week, very regular, and have been since COVID, for years. And I think, that's definitely one way that I think all of us and all three of us in some way, like it helps us feel rooted and keeps the connection. So then, when your life implodes, well, these are people that have been in my life for this long. Let me reach out.
They know you.
They know who I am. They know me.
And you know them.
Yes.
And you, this is what, you know.
And so it just like keeps that root there. So then that's something you can go to,
Right.
So that's like something, that I think can keep you
that's
rooted too.
that's something that keeps you rooted. For some, it's connection with family. That keeps you rooted. It's a church and a community, whether it be a church or some other community. There's something, we're just not meant to be alone.
I know too many people, I guess, that do volleyball groups.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And they'll play like 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm like, damn.
And so,
that's crazy.
But that is their community too. It's not just about the game.
Yeah.
It's about the game, but it's about what's going on within that group that they know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't...
But I think all those
whatever
things,
it is,
can help us.
It's some group beyond you.
Yeah.
There's something beyond you.
Yeah.
And and sometimes it's a solitary activity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, people that sew. I just ran into a friend of mine who quilts and gardens. She's so good at both. And those are things that keep her rooted. Digging in the ground and making this beauty and doing this it's her grounding.
Definitely.
Because, and I think piano for you maybe.
And for sure.
Believe it or not, even for me.
Yeah.
Because when I do that, everything else is blocked out and I'm taken into this music and it just
to yourself. Yeah. So I like that. You got to keep this rootedness for then when life hits you. So when have you felt uprooted, and how can we, not necessarily life won't try to uproot us, but how do we kind of
we're going to be toppled
back
over.
In a way.
At some point, we're going to be toppled. Right? And so, what do we do?
Yes.
And how do we, well, I'll tell you when I felt uprooted. There are a couple, I think back when I graduated from college and my first job in San Angelo.
Oh, yeah.
I loved what I was doing.
Yeah, but did you know anybody?
Didn't know anybody. At that time, I don't know what San Angelo's like, but it was not a place to be single. I can just say that.
Yeah.
And I loved what I was doing. I loved the people I worked with, but I was so uprooted and just, I don't know the word, discombobulated, whatever. I was just out of sorts because there was no community for my age. There were no people, no friends to go do things with, no other, outside of my workplace, which was a church. I needed something else and I didn't. And I lasted 2.5 years, 2 years. It was hard. It was really, there was such great, and I have lifelong friends from there. But I was also very uprooted. Yeah. So that was a time. I also think about the time that we moved to Tennessee.
Yes.
And that was my whole, I had my family. I had you and Lauren and Dad. But it was like, I didn't know anybody. Yeah. Totally different culture than I was ever used to. And I wasn't working, so I didn't have that. And it was just I sat and thought, okay, who are you now? You have to just sit and wait and see what develops.
Yeah. Had you started your practices and stuff?
Yes,
by then,
thank goodness. I had done a lot of work through the Spiritual Academy and other when I was in Arlington. Yeah. And if it had not been for that,
who knows?
Yeah. And then I sought a spiritual director. Yeah. And but there are times when you just are going to feel toppled over and you will be toppled. Yes. And
but
those roots are still there.
You have to reach out for them. Yeah.
And you have to look. And sometimes you don't even see them when you're in the midst of them till you're past a little bit of the trauma part.
That's true.
And then you go, oh.
Yeah, because it is.
That was there still.
It's a shock to the system, when it first happens. I think,
it's like when.
And you've got to, try and just find
that is interesting to me because you think, I don't do plants. But when they say when you repot. Oh, yeah. The roots are shocked. So there's certain ways to deal with that.
And help it.
I'll have to look into that. To help it. Yeah. And even when a tree is toppled over, I was reading, and I'll do a little more research for next week, the roots can stay alive. Yeah. And they're still there. And I think about that. And I've thought about when somebody passes,
Yes.
Or, they die, and you've lost them in your family, aliveness. However, their roots don't go away.
There.
They are still deep within you, and you're still rooted with them.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. And I think...
yeah.
And I think it's okay to live in that uprootedness for a bit.
Yes.
But I think it's when it drags on and it just becomes something we just accept. That's like, ugh.
And that's where we have, and I think I'll find something to read here in just a second. But yeah, and I think part of that is, okay, I've just been toppled over. I'm going to stay in that for a moment. You have to. Because I'm in pain. I'm going to stay in that because I'm not going to ignore it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to, and I will be with it. Yeah. And others will be with me. Yeah. My roots are there. And they're surrounding me, whether I realize it or not. I can feel this and to be okay with that. And there's a poem that I have. It's kind of like when you're toppled over, when you get up at night and maybe you are not in your own bed. Yeah. Maybe you're at a hotel or visiting family, and so you wake up and you have to go, and you in the middle of the night.
Yes, you're like reorienting yourself.
Okay, what side of the bed am I on?
Where's the bathroom?
And where's the bathroom? You don't jump up and go.
No,
you stop.
Stop for a sec. Yeah.
You orient yourself. You let your eyes get a little bit of adjusted, and you don't still see fully, but enough to get to where you're going. Yeah. Yeah. And then have you ever turned the bathroom light on and then you turn it off and you can't see to get back to the bed? Mm-hmm. Again, there's this, because you were in brightness and all of a sudden everything goes dark.
Yeah. You got to reorient.
And you reorient. Mm-hmm. And
I think it's good to be cultivating all different sorts of roots, like the ones that come from friends and then the ones that do come from yourself. And having that balance, because when you feel uprooted, it's like people can be around, but you still need to have that core. Oh, there's a great Maren Morris song called "Carry Me Through." Okay, and the song is about, I got knocked over. People were there the whole time. It's not like I didn't have any hands reaching for me, but in the end, I have to be the one to carry me through.
You should send me a link of that, or
we can put it up there.
The lyrics or whatever.
Because, so good.
And I think that
but it's a combo. I mean, because in the end, you can have people help you, but you have to make that choice, and it's your roots that are going to help you know that it's okay. Yeah.
Well, I know. I mean, as a parent, there have been a couple times where I've had that realization of, I'm here, but only you can do it. And you going through your divorce. It was we're all here.
But I have to be the one to move.
You're living it. Yeah. You're the one that has to make every choice and every decision and caring for you. Yeah. It's you. Yeah. That has to do it. Yeah. And so those roots of your faith that I've watched. Yes. That has
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And hearing songs that you hear like that go, this is it. This vocalizes what I've been feeling. Mm-hmm. So
Oh, for sure.
So those roots are so important.
They are. Yeah.
And we can't root ourselves solely in somebody else because they're fallible.
And that's the thing too. It's like your roots have to be strong. They can't be weak little whispers or else that's going to, they'll break. Yes. It's like you need how to make roots that can withstand,
Yeah. Because basically it comes down to you. Mm-hmm. These other things are so wonderful. Mm-hmm. And there's so many people that come around, but if you're rooting something that's not, there you go. There's a poem. Let me do one. I'm not going to read all of it, but it's I'll link it. It's called "A Blessing for Traveling in the Dark" by Jan Richardson. Mm-hmm. Go slow if you can, slower, more slowly still. Friendly, dark, or fearsome. This is no place to break your neck by rushing, by running, by crashing into what you cannot see. And I think that's how we move. Yeah. And it's a long poem, but it really is good. Yes. So there's different types of darkness she talks about, and it's that. So it's go slowly when we're toppled. Yeah. You can't just pick up a tree and push it back into the ground.
Right. It takes time.
It doesn't work that way. and so it's regrowth of the tree almost at times. So and
what have you got from that book? It's the Radical Acceptance book.
Yeah, okay. And this just a snippet. And this is Carl Rogers, right? It's a quote from him. The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. And it's that acceptance of I'm toppled.
Yeah.
What are my choices? What am I going to do? I'm going to move slowly in this dark time. I'm not going to rush out to change things.
Yeah.
I'm going to see where I'm at, see myself. And because when we want to grow new things, the only way we can do it is seeing where we are.
Yeah.
Because if I run out to do something that's not really mine, it doesn't last.
It doesn't stick. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with trying things and going, that's not for me.
That's not for me.
But it's when I'm just grasping at it.
Yeah, to be more intentional.
Yeah.
Do you have any mantras you like to keep yourself rooted or anything?
That is really hard.
Yeah.
Because I was looking and thinking about, what do I do? I come back, and people are so tired of this, but I come back to Psalm 139.
Oh, always.
You know me.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm known. That's all I need. That's one. Or, and the other is just be gentle with yourself. Kelly, just be gentle. Just be gentle.
Yeah.
And the other, it's okay to just wait. It's okay just to be here and wait. And be in pain, be in joy, be in whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So I don't know.
So
yeah.
I like it. Hopefully some of those will help our listeners. If you have any mantras that you like,
I'd love to hear them.
Please let us know.
Yes.
Tell us anywhere on all the social platforms for sure. And then next week, we're going to talk a little bit about how we can be rooted for others.
Yeah. How our rootedness
can help others. Yeah. That'll be good.
All right. Great. I look forward to next week when you take a breath and take a listen.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey. We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.